How y'all doing? I hope you've had a good week, and I hope it's winding down toward the weekend and you're looking forward to spending time with the people that you love, doing some of the things that you love. I want to talk to the ladies in my Facebook family tonight, especially those of you who are no longer with the father of your children. And there may be some of you who are exiting a relationship or a marriage. I want you to be able to bow out of that situation gracefully and go on about your business and not hold those men hostage by using the court system, the child support and the divorce laws, and even their own children against them to try to hold somebody with you that doesn't want you anymore. For whatever reason, whether he cheated, whether he moved on and found somebody else, or whether the relationship or the marriage just fell apart, please let him go. And you all may not be as bad as the ones who are going to hear this, who have been divorced or separated from a man for a year or two or more, and you still pulling and nagging at that man. You are using everything you possibly can to make his life miserable. If he doesn't want you, haggling with him about money, taking him back and forth to court, asking for increases in child support, withholding the children from him, canceling when you know it's your weekend to have the children and you want to drop them off so that you can ruin the date between him and the new woman that he's with. Any little antic that you can pull that you know will irritate him, none of that is going to draw him back to you. None of that is going to make him change. Go on with your life, honey, because do you realize that while you holding up that man's life, you holding up yours too? And brother, if you dating her and you are sitting here watching this video with her, you might want to pay attention to everything that she's doing to make this man's life miserable. Because if you just so happen to show up one night without a condom, or you become her next baby's daddy, she's not going to treat you any differently. She's going to make your life a living hell too. Now, I know many of you have heard me say that I don't date men with small children, and that's the reason why. Brother, if you're dating her and she is making her ex's life or her children's father or her baby's daddy's life a living hell by using the courts, money, and even the children to screw him over, make him miserable, or give him a headache, please know she's going to do the same thing to you. Now, back to the ladies. Ma'am, sweetheart, darling, whatever you wish to be called, whatever I can say to you to make you become just a little bit more rational, please know that when something is over, it is over. If there are children involved, you have to consider that just because he's no longer your man doesn't mean that he's no longer their father. And although he may not have been a good mate to you, he may be a wonderful father to his children. If for no other reason, honey, let him go so that you don't damage your children. Don't allow your sons to see or begin to think that all women are manipulative, cold-hearted, money-hungry, money-grubbing witches. Don't allow your daughters to see you behave that way and perpetuate a cycle of being somebody else's crazy baby's mama. You may never be able to make him love you, honey, but he will at least respect you if you walk out of that relationship or just go on with your life with a little dignity, some self-respect, common sense, and the wisdom to know that sometimes two parents can't spend their lives together, but they don't have to ruin each other's lives and the lives of their children. And if the truth be told, some of y'all made these men's daddies without their consent. Now, I know that they give implied consent when they decide to have unprotected sex, but some of y'all had those babies to try to trap those men because you were looking for a meal ticket, because he had a good job or a bright future, or you thought it was going to make him leave his wife, or whatever, for whatever reason you did it. Anytime you choose to have a child with a man who has not married you and you all have not agreed to start a family, it's on you. Because you're going to be the one saddled with the burden of raising the child when he's moved on. And if you have sex with him too soon and no connection is made, he is going to move on. Even if you were once madly in love and the relationship falls apart, he's still going to move on. Let him move on so you can move on. Why don't you try that before you become a bitter, angry woman, or one of them fools wishing yourself happy Father's Day all over Facebook and everywhere when Father's Day comes? Talking about I'm the mom and the daddy too. So unless you are a hermaphrodite with male and female parts, or just a damn fool, please stop saying that. This is not one of those fancy scripted videos. I'm just trying to appeal to you as a woman who has a son, a young adult son. I didn't play let's raise the child support game to tie him to me. I did none of that. Whatever the relationship my son has with his father, it is because of him and his father. Right, I'm a divorced mother. And I did not use my son as a pawn. I did not. I did not deliberately keep him from him. I did not. I did not keep going back and forth to court haggling him for more child support money, because I had a profession and was able to make a living and provide for my son as well. Parenting is a two-party system. Your ex-spouse or your child's father is responsible for a portion of the child's living expenses, and so are you. Both of y'all laid down and made it. So how you gonna try to make the father be solely responsible for everything? Because if you were still with that man, he wouldn't be doing everything. It would be a partnership. Put your little bruised ego and your little pride aside. Admit that you may have jumped the gun in assuming that you were in a committed relationship when you were not. Admit that you may have had sex with him hoping that a baby was going to make him stay, and it did not. Whatever you need to do to get your mind right, to be able to deal with the father of your children in a calm, peaceful manner, for the sake of your children, you should do that. You might find that you'll have a more peaceful life. Think about it. Holding a man hostage with all that drama that comes along with being an ex or a baby's mama holds you hostage too. Free your mind, and the rest of you will follow. And when you get free, you'll free that man. And then you can get on with the business of living. Be good to yourself. Stop trying to make that man miserable. Bye.